Apologize, folks. We were interrupted by an incoming call. We used my phone for the video, so
Maybe
Steve's Hookers.
Schedule out.
apologize for that interruption. But yes,
Pardon the
Pat
interruption.
Fitzgerald, he had that team ready, and I do tip my cap to Northwestern because it wasn't just a case. I mean, Michigan had a lot of penalties and mistakes, yes, but Northwestern brought the fight. They did. They played hard.
He's still on
Just like you against
I'm
Georgia.
pumped up. I'm going to shut up and eat my wings. And
Okay, I'll go ahead and talk about the
Thank
Ohio
you.
State
Buckeye
game.
Drew and Spartan Phil will resume the podcast.
Number 4 and number 9 showed off in the Ohio State-Penn State game in Penn State at Beaver Stadium. It was not what I expected. I will take the win. I did predict it to be similar, like a two touchdown game, similar to TCU, but also inside I was not happy going into this. No one's happy going into Happy Valley. Thank you.
I see what you did there.
He gets it. You did not get it.
I got it.
He's
I just
eating
didn't think it was that
wings.
funny.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I'm eating.
Yeah. I think it's because I said something bad.
You can't be mad. You can't
You
be
know what
mad
I
at
was
any
thinking?
victory on the road at night against Penn State. They played well.
Exactly. Oh, they played
Penn State
beyond
played,
well.
yeah.
In fact, if you look at the numbers and the way they played, they should have won that.
Yeah.
Besides Franklin making a terrible call at the end, but, and I will say this because everybody wants to keep talking about that. We had a phenomenal series to come back. Not only did our offense step up, like they did in TCU, but our defense stepped up too. And mind you, we're down Bosa, and we're down Draymond Jones, who is easily our second best defensive lineman on there. So we got 2 people in replacement for that, and they still stepped up to do their job. Now everybody's saying, okay, it was a bad call. Sure, and you've got a quarterback that ran 175 yards, setting a whole new school record. Chase McSorley ran all over us. He did. But our guys were back there so fast that even if he had kept it and scrambled, there is a very good chance he was down too. Well, because they were through that line, and right as soon as the ball was touched and handed off, down.
And
Done.
at the end of the day, I think you can harp on that and say it's a bad call. I don't care for the call at all. But that was not the game. That was not the whole game. It's 4th and 5.
And you did
it's not,
2 timeouts before this. You used up 2 timeouts to decide what to do. So you can't tell me he didn't think it out. He definitely thought it out. He overthought it. That's
That
the
made it
problem.
dumber, yeah.
Yeah, he overthought it. And then you got fans should not be jumping in to tell a coach what they did wrong. We've got social media, that's bad enough. But if you do it at the game, and if you saw the video and you know what I'm talking about.
That was funny.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious. But I totally wanted to see Franklin just land one right on this guy's
He
chin.
almost did, yeah. He's got a bad temper,
If he didn't have 2 state patrolmen, escorting him back to
may have
line.
been
But
Franklinless
In that
team.
position as a coach, you can't be put in that position.
can't engage
Trust
a
me,
fan.
as an Ohio State fan, we know all too well what happens when your coach punches someone in the face. In the face.
yeah, you got to just walk straight ahead and ignore that shit.
But at the same time, it doesn't matter how that guy felt. And I think my biggest problem is the guy was just so nonchalant and dickish about it.
He was.
He's just like,
It was like-
I love you a lot, man, but bad call.
It was like you or I saying
Bad
something
call.
to each other in the office. Like, I wouldn't have done that, Andrew. You know what I mean?
But I mean, if you're at a game and you see D'Antonio or one of us at a game, D'Antonio, Harbaugh, or Meyer makes that call, and you see him. You really gonna say that?
No.
You're gonna talk shit to you want to talk shit to your coach?
Probably first thing that comes out of my mind is like, all love Herbs.
Like I don't know.
I would be frustrated, but I would never say anything.
Of course,
No.
that's just not a. I don't know. That's
Here's the thing.
I don't see the point of doing
not
that.
supporting your team.
Right.
Look,
Those
You're
are the
almost-
same people that, as soon as your quarterback messes up, throws an interception, take him out there, put the other guy in there. Like, get out of here, okay?
Yeah. Agreed.
I watched the whole second half.
Thank you.
I didn't get to the hotel until second half because it took a while to get out of it. Believe it or not, Northwestern, as small as that stadium is, their infrastructure sucks. Like,
it's
it takes
awful.
forever to get out of there. So
It's awful.
by the time we got back to the hotel, it was like an hour and a half after the game ended, and I watched the second half. I thought Penn State was going to win. I really thought they had it when they went up by 12. And you have to give Ohio State props for coming back and winning that game, irregardless. But I do think the call
Regardless.
sucks. Regardless.
Yeah, regardless is not an actual word.
All right. Regardless.
Thank you.
You know, it was an impressive win on the road. If I were a Penn State player or fan, I would be frustrated with that call. But I understand, it's just like there's not any one call in a whole game that decides a game. I mean, you got a million things you can go back and say we should have
Leading
done
up
that
to it,
different.
sure.
But
you know?
speaking of calls during the game,
Yeah.
which is going to lead us into our next topic, we got roughing the passer and targeting, which has become absolutely ridiculous. So what I'm referring to is Isaiah Pryor, fourth quarter, getting ejected because of targeting. Now, this was not helmet to helmet. Which
No,
actually
so
was my first. I did not know that before, that it didn't have to be just helmet to helmet. Which, I'm sorry, I don't agree with at all.
Shoulder pad to helmet.
Yeah, shoulder pad to helmet.
It's just if you
somehow
lead with the head,
It can
anywhere. It could be in the
anything to
stomach.
the head. Yeah, it can be
Yeah.
anything to the helmet.
Yep. That's why Cleve Hunting is thrown out every week.
But you watch that video,
It's
and you
awful.
you actually, and you have to tell me that it was targeting, even with a review booth.
well, that's
Sorry.
that's the thing. Like if you call it, I get it. It's fucking game's fast, man.
Right.
And that play was
Right,
fast.
I'll say,
I mean, it came
bad
right.
call, but you move on. But you have a review
You reviewed
booth
it.
to do this.
That's abominable.
That's what
That
drives
is
me nuts.
Just absolutely, utterly disgraceful, and I'm so tired of. They've made it so difficult to even. I mean, thank God it's not at the NFL level, but
Oh, but it's starting there. It's happening.
I'm so frustrated with the game of football, and it just the thing that utterly kills me is that if you want less concussions, head injuries, you say you want to protect player safety. Stop making every rule to that pushes teams in the direction of throwing the ball.
Yeah.
If you're throwing the ball, that is the most dangerous play. Passing the ball that's where you're going to get receivers who ain't looking, going over the middle, trying to catch a ball, getting lit up.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks putting their receivers in a bad position, not even on a pattern on the sideline pattern, gets lit up by a cornerback. I mean, this is where you have quarterbacks getting sacked, safeties over the. I mean, it is just that is where you put players in a position to get injured. But if you did that, I think it's more NFL than college. But I think college
rules its own because, like, you can do it, by division. Like, have you guys seen what the Ivy League has done? They have now pushed the kickoff 5 yards up so that more balls will go through the end zone rather than having a return, because in their thesis, that is where the most injuries are going to occur when both teams get a chance to go full speed. So no one else that I know of in NCAA is doing that besides the Ivy League. I mean,
They
I
don't know what
understand
the
you
fuck
guys
they're
need to
talking
keep your
about.
brains, but the rest
They're
of
not
us
really
dum-dums are like, hey, I want to see somebody get laid the fuck out.
But they do have their new fair catch rule on kickoffs now.
Sure,
We do.
sure, but
So why have that?
But
I
the
don't know.
point, I think the thing you have to look at is, they're looking at kickoffs. Well, how many kickoffs are there during the game? Guess how many passing plays there are? A lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more, and that's where shit happens.
not arguing your point, I'm just
Yeah,
telling
no,
you
I know.
what's
But that's what they always seem to address. Well, there's punts and there's kickoffs. Well, yeah, you know what else? There's passes. Lots of them.
It's the same reason a running back can only go for so many rushes in their lifetime. The amount of bruising and battering they're taking just by those carries that they do.
Right, but the thing with rushing the ball is you're running, you're either running between the tackles or you're running outside, but it's not, generally speaking, you don't have defensive players with a full head of steam slamming it, There's this tight area where you're running between the tackles.
Oh my God!
Oh.
I can sit there and watch big hit videos on YouTube all day.
Remember
It
Steve
is
Atwater and
beautiful.
Christian Okoye?
Oh,
Monday
yeah.
Night Football.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
That you could feel the reverberations throughout the country. It was amazing.
We put a question up on.
I was
on
actually
the
gonna get
Twitter
to that.
page. Yeah. With regards to that.
what was the most surprising play in the Penn State versus Ohio State game? Is it McSorley rushing for 175, or is it Franklin's fourth down call?
Again, I would actually say McSorley.
McSorley.
Yeah.
Who the hell saw McSorley? I mean, listen, the dude, how many rushing yards does he have in his career?
A lot.
Not that. Are you serious? Does he really?
He's just
I've never
like
seen him
Baker
do that.
Are you
I never even
seriously?
worried about him running when
I've
we
never
played him
even
before.
right. I've never even thought about him running. I would like to see this.
Yeah, you can scramble. I don't know his exact numbers, but I know they're not like the best, but I know they're good.
I mean, I'm far more worried about his passing.
Do you agree with Trace McSorley? I didn't hear your answer.
Yeah, that surprised me the most. That fourth down call was crazy, but
I think that's.
I would have
the
never
Penn
thought
State
McSorley
thing,
was
like,
gonna rush for-
fans who are just pissed off and want to say that, and it's like, he has worked his ass off to get where he is, and being the head coach of Penn State is not, a small time college by any means. They were number 9. Now they only moved back
But-
2 spots to number 11.
Well, we looked this up. I do want to point out James Franklin has been a complete failure against Michigan State, Ohio State, and Michigan State to the tune of 3-13 overall. He has one win against each school. And I don't hear people criticizing him like they do Harbaugh with his 1-5 against their rivals. That's all I'm pointing out.
That's it
1,309 yards.
Yeah.
for
Rushing?
career.
Yeah, but that means 1,100 before last week's games.
Yeah.
Over 3.25 seasons.
Still more
300
than
yards.
I
I
would
still
think,
would
but-
never expect. I mean, it's more than I thought, but not. It's not
Yeah.
like a ridiculous amount
Oh, yeah.
where I would expect him to do that to Ohio State's defense. That was pretty surprising.
So only 23% agree with you. They actually think that Franklin's fourth down call.
What the fuck do they know? I take it back.
We had another poll out there.
Jordan Riles, our executive producer, is reading these from off screen right now.
Yeah.
We had
The
a poll.
interwebs.
We had a poll about the targeting penalty.
Yeah. So do you think college football should eliminate the targeting rule? We have yes, no, or keep it but no ejection. What do you guys think?
I want to keep it, but modify it. So I think there should be 2 types of call to it. There's times when you see it and you're like, that looked pretty blatant.
Yeah.
That needs to be addressed. But there are other times, Ohio State game, other games, where you could just say, okay, make it a penalty. No one gets ejected. If you want to keep it a personal foul and count it as their first one and then a second one, fine. But something that does not eject them from the game.
But here's the thing that I agree with that to an extent. I did like when there was like the what do you call it, the face mask penalty that was a
5-yard
and
and
5-yard.
Yeah.
I appreciated that because there are times of
There's different
pinky gets
degrees.
Jesus Christ! If I grab your face mask and I'm throwing you over there, it's different
Yeah.
than I'm tackling you and a pinky gets caught in your face. That's a difference. You have to differentiate
Roughing the
that.
punter, same thing.
No,
Running into and roughing. they
Right.
have.
Now, the difference, what I don't like is that it's another subjective call
Right.
that puts it into the hands of the officials to make this subjective call. But I think more than that, I simply don't agree with that play, for example, that should be penalized. It's not a penalty. We're playing football. Your helmet is going to get touched.
Yeah.
If you don't like your helmet to get touched, don't play football.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, we make things. It's making things so complicated. I don't think it's having any effect
But
whatsoever.
Because of all the concussion issues and things, I understand what they're trying to do, but it's not working the way it is. It hurts the game, and I don't think it's really helping the safety of players. So I don't. But I do think, like you say, I would like to see different degrees, and if it's helmet to helmet, a flagrant helmet to helmet, go ahead and give them the 15-yard penalty. If they do 2 in a game, eject them. But I wouldn't just do an automatic ejection.
And I'll tell you the other thing.
Flagrant, you gotta go. Personally,
Right.
flagrant, I think you gotta go.
I want to go. I want to get rid of a ton of these rules because it is ruining the game. And these guys knew what they signed up for. Nobody was like, hey, it's not like the early days of recruiting in the Army. Come, you'll see the world.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're like, hey, you're about to get your shit busted up. Like, are you ready for this? Yeah, I've been training my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
Then you know this is coming.
Yeah.
It sucks when it happens. Nobody wants to see it, but guess what? It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Well,
it's always a
so
risk.
to even like put things like this in place, this is something you should see in Pee Wee football, not college, not NFL.
Right.
Grown ass men making grown ass decisions. Cut it out.
Yeah. But that's not gonna pass with the
No.
more
Liberal.
I think it's here to stay, but I wouldn't be shocked if they
Light
modified
loafer in
it
the crowd.
in some way.
Everybody needs their safe space, even on the football field.
this is mine.
I don't want to get hurt.
Nobody hurt me.
Do we have anything else there?
Yeah, we got What Does Homecoming Mean to You by Buckeye Drew over here.
Do we have any
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
Bridget.
Bridget.
Hale. Yep, she said it's one of the great words in the English language.
Yay. I agree.
Yeah.
Wrong,
Bridget,
Bridget.
I agree.
Wrong.
I agree.
It's the greatest
Hey,
word.
she's
in
one of our
English
loyal
language.
listeners. We need to treat that respectfully.
Oh, here
also,
we go. Pander
I
to the
think,
crowd.
I think she is quoting an elite coach who also spoke on this earlier in the week.
What? It's not Alabama's homecoming, is it?
And I agree with Bridget completely and with Coach Harbaugh.
Spectrum.
All right, which brings us to our final question.
Why does? No. Yeah. Here's before our final. Here's why does he have to take the most mundane throwaway question and turn it into the most awkward response in exchange that you could ever imagine two human beings having?
He likes to do that.
Why? What's
I
the
don't know.
point?
I don't know. He likes
It's
it.
like he searches
His
into
way.
his mind.
It's his way. We all have our own way, Phil. Relax. Everybody's
Fucking
got their
annoying,
own
man.
way.
It's annoying. I'm sorry,
Well,
but
your,
Jesus
your
Christ,
coach's
man.
face
it's
is annoying, and I don't bitch about it every day.
Oh, yeah,
Because he
not
goes
like-
like this. He
Whoa,
goes,
whoa, we'll get to that later
he
when
goes
we
like
talk
this.
about Mary Fuck
He
Hill.
goes,
Okay?
he goes like, oh yeah.
Forgot about that. Oh, right. We've never seen Harbaugh
That
scorch
looks
his
like
face.
Belichick. I'm pretty sure that's a Belichick face, not D'Antonio face.
If I was ever, I would just be smiling. I would be like Brady Hoke, only hopefully I'd win.
D'Antonio.
I'd just be like, let's go,
D'Antonio's a
boys, let's
sweetheart. He
go,
looks like
baby,
Neil
let's
Diamond.
go, baby. I'd be like,
Just stop. Just answer a question like a human being.
he
for
did.
God's
He
sake.
answered it correctly. What else are we
The
talking
greatest word.
about? It is a very
greatest
great
word.
word.
Greatest word. It's like family.
word.
My
And
apologies.
they
Get
come
together.
home.
My apologies to
Get
these
together.
to people's families that they
It's
don't
the
take that
greatest word.
seriously. That a homecoming means everybody comes
We take
home.
homecomings
It's a great word.
Seriously, we don't have to say it's the greatest word in the English language. That's absurd.
One of the greatest.
Weirdo. God, he's weird. He's weird. I'm
My
sorry.
family
He's weird.
understands
I love the Harbaugh
it.
enthusiasm,
Allow me
unknown to
to
mankind.
tell you how my family understands. Every Thanksgiving, we travel to a different state or place where one of my brothers is living, and we host Thanksgiving there. We all meet up. This year, it's my older brother's turn, so San Francisco. I'm not going. I love my family. I love my brothers. I'm going to see them this weekend. They're coming into town. Looking forward to it, guys. But I'm planning on going to the Ohio State-Michigan game and hopefully get to interview Vaughn if we can get that all worked out. So it would be just a glorious weekend doing that. I told the family, they understand. They know I have a true passion for Ohio State. Unfortunately, my sister-in-law, the first time she ever met me, was over a Thanksgiving weekend. And my brother could not prepare her enough for what was about to go down on that car ride from Cleveland to Toledo when there is 1 hour until kickoff.
Oh man.
And
That-
whoo, it was getting that, like, my family, I understand, I apologize, but I don't.
no.
They were making it late and they knew I was upset about this and they
Oh.
still did this. And they're like, oh, well, Kevin just came into town. I was like, this is why I wanted to drive separately. I knew this was going to happen. You do this every year. Throwing my little tantrum. But they get it. They understand. I'm going to go to this game. I'm going to skip
I
this.
respect that.
Yeah.
Don't get me, you know what? Don't get me started on the fucking weddings in the fall, you people, you selfish people.
Yeah.
You know what? and worried about holiday parties and football season and shit like that, and itchy sweaters, and you got to go to Aunt Martha's. No, it's college football season. You're not dragging me to any of those fucking things. I'm sorry. To me, that's selfish. You know, I like Michigan football. I like that more than anything on earth.
Why
but
is
you're
it
gonna,
selfish?
You're gonna drag me to your stupid wedding.
Well, you don't have to go.
No, I'm not going.
Okay.
I'm not going.
So how is it selfish?
I'm not going.
How is it selfish?
Inviting me.
Inviting you is selfish.
Yeah, because then you're saying I want you to go to my wedding instead of a Michigan
yeah,
football
and
game,
so
or
you go,
send me a
no,
check. I
I'm
don't
sorry,
want
I'm with Steve on this. Anybody that wants to do a fall wedding on a Saturday afternoon is a complete piece of shit.
It's not
Thank you.
They're
selfish.
terrible human
Thank
beings.
you. Yes. Congratulations.
We got married.
You know what?
Giants.
You know
Little
what?
Giants.
Okay.
September 18th.
All right.
2010.
Phil and his happy marriage, whatever. So let me tell you something
Listen,
here.
from a single guy,
Let-
I could give two fucks about you ruining your own thing.
Yeah, that's your own problem. But
Oh, I
no,
saw it.
congratu-
I got a
See,
TV. Put
he
it in the
made
corner.
ways-
Big ass
he-
TV.
he-
We were watching.
He made a way to see
I
it.
saw
Bill, would you
All
like
I'm
to say your
saying-
mouse? Get it!
We were already beyond that.
I'm done. I'm done on my tirade.
Do it good, yeah.
Yeah.
You want need another one?
I kid.
Another one there? You got it.
I kid.
Keep talking.
Oh, I kid somewhat, but
Yeah.
it is kind of my my pet peeve.
No, but here's again, it gets back to just the logic of it. It's not selfish. It just is when it's going to happen. You might think it's stupid, and that's fine because you wouldn't get married. That's fine. And to be very honest, it was a brain fart on us. Whatever, we didn't
So
really.
you're on our side, but
You
you're
were
afraid
young
your
and
wife will own
young and in
No,
love.
my fucking
I
wife
don't
didn't want to
really
get married
think it's- okay,
on Notre Dame
Phil,
game
Phil,
either.
Phil, I was-
Emily is a better person
Phil,
than you.
Phil, I was kind of having fun with that, but I don't think it's selfish for them to get
But your
married in the
idea of
fall,
fun is
but it's
annoying.
selfish for them to expect me to go.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Amen.
All right.
I will agree with that.
Yes.
That's a different thing.
Hey, one more thing. What if I miss Michigan Penn State to go to your wedding and you get divorced in 5 fucking years? And I missed
Yeah,
that game.
that's
and that was,
fucking
and that was a
You guys
triple.
got your ass kicked
What if
last
that was a no? But I'm saying in theory, we usually beat Penn. Usually we beat them. So let's say it's a triple overtime win against Penn State.
Right.
And I go to their wedding. And I missed one of the greatest Michigan
Well, but
wins
that's-
in
you gotta
all,
own
of all
up to your-
time.
then
and
you
then
shouldn't
they
have
get
made that
divorced in
decision.
5 years.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? And
get
there's a
your money back.
50-50 chance of that. Michigan beats Penn State 75% of the time.
Okay, it's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Pure roid
We're
rage.
gonna move on to
unbelievable.
something a little less stressful.
I'm sorry. We're gonna do a whole on the off season. I want to do a whole show on this.
Easy,
Okay,
Lyle
right?
Alzado.
Okay. We will.
Goodness
All right.
gracious.
You just tell us when you want to, big guy. Okay.
All right. All right. All right. Here you go, Phil.
you.
Drink up. All right. Thank you. Sorry, folks.
Drink up, Johnny boy.
Sorry.
So let's get right into our games to watch, our predictions, all of that. Let's start with games to watch. This upcoming week 6, I went through it. There's a few. Texas at Oklahoma is going to be cool. Or actually,
Red River.
Ooh, Oklahoma is at Texas?
They always play a neutral site. They
Yeah,
play
they're
in
playing at
Dallas.
the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, but
Yeah.
still, that's
It's
in
so billowy
Texas.
there.
Yeah, they do like a 50-50 though, a 50-50
Yeah.
crowd.
So that one, Kansas versus West Virginia. I think that'll be pretty good. That one is at West Virginia.
I guess we'll find out if Kansas is actually
Yeah.
for real.
Well, the Kansas got knocked out of the top 25 again. Now Kentucky.
Because they never should have been there. This isn't basketball
Yes,
season.
Kentucky is still there. They're at number 13.
They're kind of a nice story.
This is my upset alert.
Oh, me too.
They
As
play Florida,
they're
right?
playing at Texas A&M.
Oh.
In fact,
And,
I almost want to make it my upset and my guaranteed pick.
Do it.
Yes!
Do it. You heard it here first, people.
Kentucky's not
Phil,
winning.
Phil likes that pick.
LSU at Florida.
It's not basketball season
I think
again.
that'll be a good one. And honestly, Texas A&M is my upset, but I think that's partly alright. I'm actually going to go with Iowa State at Oklahoma State for my upset.
I like it.
Iowa State every year has an upset. They haven't done it yet, and I think
Came really close against Iowa, didn't they?
Yep. And
Couple points or
Oklahoma State,
something.
even though they've got the home field advantage, they're not the powerhouse they once were. I don't think it's going to happen for them. I think Iowa State will take it.
My upset is Arizona State over Colorado. Colorado's ranked.
I was about to
That
call
is
that
at
one.
Colorado.
Yeah.
After I was impressed with Arizona State after our game, but then they went and lost to
Yeah, they lost a
Somebody-
couple. They lost to.
Did he lose to Utah?
Who?
They
Colorado?
They lost to San Diego
Arizona?
State.
No, Arizona
San
State.
Diego State.
Oh, San Diego State.
Yeah, yeah.
San Diego
and then
State.
they lost to another team, but it was a good, like a Oregon or somebody like that. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Either way,
I think they're due for a win again.
I like it. I like the call. I was gonna call
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna go with that one.
All right. Let's give our score predictions for our games. Phil, who do you have, and what's your score prediction?
We're hosting Northwestern. Sweet Jesus.
At least you're hosting.
Don't let them
helpful.
score the first 17. That's all my advice I can give you. Makes the rest of the game really
Note
hard,
to
man.
self.
I will.
No, I see our run defense. I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do much on the ground. So I think it's gonna come down to if our offense gets their butts in gear and takes care of business. I think we hold serve. It's at home. But I'm very nervous about this team. I think that they're Northwestern. I look at it and go again, just like going into Michigan's game last week. That's a 10-3 team last year. Shit's happened. Running back up and retires, but they're starting running back up and retires. But you feel like Pat Fitzgerald is a good coach. It's not as bad as this is not a 1-3 team, or this is a better team than that. So I'm nervous that they're going to show up this week, but I feel like there's something taken out of them last week too. So hopefully that plays in our favor and
Score?
Oh yeah, score. I'm going to say I see something close to what happened with CMU, a 31-21 kind of game.
I think that sounds about right. And you do wonder with Northwestern, it's like a team like that. One of these games, if they keep losing, where they're finally just
They're
their
gonna
spirit's
break
going to be
through.
broken, right?
But
But I don't think it's yet. I
No.
think they'll still come out playing hard.
And they have a passing game, so that's
Okay.
that's been our Achilles
Michigan
heel.
plays Maryland, which is kind of an interesting team because Maryland is like Jekyll and Hyde. Like they have some games they look really good, and others that they just don't. If this was at Maryland,
But they only have one loss.
I know. And who was that to? That was who did they lose to? Temple, which
Yeah.
was one
Yeah.
of those was like you really
That
surprised
was
you.
very bizarre.
But anyway,
After beating
very
Texas.
bizarre.
yeah. So they have good athletes. They've recruited well the last couple of years. If this was at Maryland, I'd be concerned that it would be a possible upset. I would be shocked if they came in Ann Arbor and won. But I think that they could make that a game. I guess if I'm going to go with the score, I think Michigan wins something like 31-14.
30?
No, the defense is going to give up 30.
I-
If that game's close, it's going to be because we don't score. It's going to be 20-17 like last week.
Don't sleep on Maryland.
Not 31-30. No, that's not going to happen.
We play Indiana, who hasn't beat us in 23 years,
And will not.
and will not. I'm sorry. I don't think this is your year, Hoosiers, at least for football. Actually, I think we'll beat them
You're
in basketball,
saying
too.
they're going to beat you in basketball? Is that it?
No,
You're giving up already, Buckeye
we're
Drew?
actually picking up a lot of 4 and 5 stars. I'm surprised. I like where it's going, but that's a different season. Anyways,
Basketball season.
yeah, I'm actually going to go with like a 56-7 score.
That's probably about right.
Being at home,
don't
and
think
I don't
so?
care how decent Indiana can be. I think we are pumped up, and
Well,
I think they're a little. I don't
yeah, but
see,
this would be the time that you'd have a letdown because of that.
I don't
big win.
think-
you could say that, but after the game, I don't think there's going to be a letdown. I do think that they're going to give Dwayne Haskins a half, and then they're going to give Tate Martell a half. And after Tate Martell's last appearance, he did not play in Penn State, but the game before, he didn't really do anything. So I
56 is
expect him
a
to-
lot. I
But
see.
look at who
I
we've scored on and done that before. We
right,
put
but
up the points.
Well, yeah, but Indiana.
One
I
of the
just.
top 2 offenses in the country right
Yeah, no, I have no
Do
doubt
we
about
get
that.
to
But
pick
I.
each other's scores too?
Oh no.
now.
No?
No, but if you want
If
to,
you
go
want to.
ahead.
42-10 Buckeyes. How about that?
35-14.
30, okay.
Ugh.
Your score, I would go right about right. 31-20, Michigan State.
I think you're wrong. 35. We'll definitely put up more than
Wah.
35.
Win.
I want to start making bets when people bet against me on how many points we're going to put up.
Okay.
I'm going to shave your head. He's bald.
That's why it's funny. 'Cause
There's going to be a day where I shave your head. I don't know when the hell it's going to be, but it's going to come. And that's going to be, thank
You know what's
God,
gonna be really
finally.
funny?
As if he shaves your scrotum on accident.
I could see that waking up and there being a creepy Steve at the edge of my bed. Hi, Andrew. No, he would definitely look.
I'll give you a winged helmet. You want a winged helmet? I'll give you one. Okay.
It's like, what
But
kind
here's-
of?
here's
Is that a
gonna
sex
be the-
position?
No, that's a manscape.
Here's going to be the
It's a
ultimate
manscaping.
wow.
fuck you to Steve is when that day does come and he's like, I finally get to shave your head. I'm like, good luck, and just step in front of a bus and gone.
Well, I guess Andrew would have the last laugh on that one.
Exactly.
Well,
And I will laugh the entire way around the bus like,
anyway,
you just can't win.
yes. I have a bet coming up in a couple of weeks with
Steve,
Phil.
you would
Yeah, dude,
literally
that was-
show up at my funeral with a buzzer. And be like, I'm gonna get you.
Screw you.
I mean,
that's when you just stick your head out so that you're
9
no
out of
open
10
casket.
years they've won. Thank God we didn't have that.
I'm
Okay.
more nervous about that. I will say now.
Yeah, that's going to be
than
an
ever.
interesting week.
Okay, so very quickly, let's end on Mary Fuck Kill. D'Antonio, Harbaugh, and Meyer.
One of our viewers.
Nope. No. Shut. Go.
Kill Urban.
Okay. Understandable.
Don't take this personally, coaches.
No offense at all. Seriously, this is just fun.
We're forced to pick.
You can't marry Harbaugh because you would kill him if he says things like homecoming is the best.
Fuck
Harbaugh.
Coach D'Antonio
Oh.
and marry Harbaugh and become the world's most prolific domestic violence.
We got a weird twist here.
Yeah, I'd beat the shit out of him.
This
God,
is
I
fun.
would beat
All
him.
right,
You could kill him.
fantastic.
You
Okay.
could've killed him.
No, but then that's not as fun.
Don't argue it. That's his. Now your turn. Go.
Twisted fuck.
Mary Fuck
All
Kill.
right.
Antonio, Harbaugh, Urban.
I'm marrying Harbaugh.
Yeah, no shit.
Enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
Why
Pitch-
don't
you
you
pitch
look
it or
at
catch
me
it?
during?
I'm marrying Harbaugh, okay?
You pitching
I
or
have to
catching?
pick somebody. Who the hell was I supposed
Are
to
Okay,
you
pick?
so who are you doing
pitching
with the other
or
two?
catching?
You already know who you're marrying.
Jim, don't get the wrong
See,
idea, man. This is forced.
that's where he gets double
I'm
duty.
marrying Harbaugh.
'Cause he
I'm
gets
going to
to-
kill.
His first answer was, can I do all three to one?
You know what? I'm killing D'Antonio. I'm
Okay.
gonna kill him.
All right, is that a bench kill just for Phil or?
No, I just if I had to kill, I would never kill anybody. I don't like to hurt people, but if somebody, I would.
Steve, we don't need decides. Everyone
just
knows
give
this
us
is
a-
I
all
make it all
true.
nice. It's
Yeah.
all make believe. See?
You would fuck her.
No, we would
That's
really.
my
fuck.
granddaughter's watching.
No, I'm gonna
no,
go
no,
to his
no,
house
no,
and
I
kill
can
him
pick two
now.
for the same one, can't I?
No.
Well, that's why you got married Harbaugh, because you can screw him too.
I have to fuck Urban.
All right, we're gonna move on because you're just.
All right,
You've
Urban.
made this
Let's
weird.
go, baby. Urban, let's go,
I'm
baby.
gonna. Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm gonna marry Urban Meyer. I'm going
Hey,
to.
Urban, I'll dot the I.
I'm
How
not
about
going
that?
to fuck the Antonio, but I will make sweet love to him.
I'm dotting the I.
I think he's
sorry.
a very gentle being, and I would definitely kill Harbaugh.
This is wrong. This is wrong. Jordan? Can we edit this out?
No,
Okay, all
no, we're keeping this.
Well, hey, in other news, we've gone from 24 listeners down to 4.
Wasn't this
We
your
love you,
idea?
you crazy thick,
It was
sick,
his
pathetic
idea.
fuckers.
Last week it was his idea.
No, a viewer or a tweeter, a tweeter.
here we
A
go.
tweeter.
Blame the
Also, we
listeners.
shouldn't do what our viewers want.
A tweeter asked.
tweeter.
Yeah, they tweeted the question. They
that
said,
a
"Hey
tweeter?
guys,
Are you sure it wasn't a mid-range?
No, it was on
or a
Twitter.
base?
nope." They tweeted the question. Fuck
Was
one,
he
marry one,
telling
kill
you
one.
this? Like,
I don't know. We could go back through the tweets.
So
but
you
we'll
don't
do
even
that
know his
later.
name, and you just take
No,
his
I
advice?
didn't. But sir,
you are thank you
it
for
was a
this
pretty
together.
fun
I'm sorry you
suggestion.
had to deal with this.
this
It was weird
exercise.
with
And
But,
Urban, I'll call you.
Oh my god. Thank you again for listening to another
We'll get it done.
inspiring episode.
Oh,
a homecoming, if you will.
Oh.
Because we're back at the original booth. Get it? It's a homecoming.
Homecoming.
Oh, homecoming. Yeah.
The greatest word
Anyways.
in the history
Home
of
is where the
English
heart is.
language.
The heart is.
Next episode.
My dad let me drive on the driveway on
Oh, wait.
Sundays.
Hail to the
Go
victors,
green.
baby.